Hey, what's up guys? This is Anthony from Anthony's Customs, and for this review, we are looking at the Marvel Legends Marvel's STARFOX, not to be confused with the real STARFOX, and Champion of the Universe, which is a 2-pack that came out not that long ago, but I didn't review it, but I got it, so I figured I might as well review it, because it's actually kind of it's an interesting release for Hasbro, I think, for Marvel Legends, and I'm curious what you guys think about it. But you probably know what I'm going to say about it. You maybe don't, because it's not that bad, honestly, for a Hasbro Marvel Legends product. It holds its own, I guess. So let's go ahead and get it off the stand and take a closer look. Alright, before we look at the figures, I do want to show you my package. I actually really like this with the dark blue background. It looks very nice. The figures pop. If you're keeping it in the box, it looks great. I like that they put the big guy on this side and the little guy on this side where there's less space. A lot of companies have been doing weird stuff with packaging lately. I don't care personally because I don't keep it in the box, but it is just weird. Some artwork here, different look for this guy with the pink hair. I happen to prefer the pink hair. Here's some more pink hair. I really wish they would have gone with that look. It's a much better look. The orange does look a bit too much like a clown, but there is an argument to have orange hair. So let's do a question of the day. Should he have orange or pink hair by your estimation? Alright, let's talk about him. Question of the day again. Were you interested in this 2-pack? Are these characters you wanted in your collection? I'm sure there are people out there trying to fill teams, but I want to know how many of you actually wanted either of these characters. Because I only know that they exist. I know nothing about them otherwise, which means they can't be that important. That's how that works. But let's go ahead and start with the fake STARFOX over here first. How dare he use the same name as a classic A-list character, and this guy is at least Z-list. Alright, he stands to the top of his head about 6 and, let's say 6 1/4 for his skull and a little bit up for his hair. And then that's going to make him roughly, we'll just call it 15.8 for his skull, maybe 15.9 and a little bit more. Here he's up against Darwin. There you go. He's basically the Sunfire body that's been modified. You can see it's still ugly and lanky and sinewy and weird and lumpy and non-heroic, but this new torso does help quite a bit actually to make it look a little bit better. And since this isn't a character you're probably going to be looking at super close, it won't matter. It's just a whole bunch of bright red plastic. It doesn't quite match perfectly right here, but that's going to mostly depend on your lighting. The whites are clean enough, the gold bands are there, the chest and collar are done well enough. Is the chest an insert piece? It looks like it, but it's not. It's painted. They painted it well enough. The collar is an insert piece, so that's fine. And then the head, it has that fairly realistic look, though it's not super realistic, so I think that's alright. It's clean, it's done well enough, but the paint application on this guy is minimal at best. So it just looks really cheap. It looks really, really, really cheap, and it's on that body that doesn't look really, really good. Best thing about this guy is the head sculpt, and the rest is all just acceptable. I guess this is nice, but it's not particularly good, so aesthetically we'll set him aside and give a rating in a minute. Now this guy, he stands about, let's say 20.5 to his head and a little more for his hair, of course, and that's going to be about, we'll just say 8 1/8, give or take, and a little more for his hair. There you go. He's a BAF. He's BAF scale. And that's one of the things I like about some of these 2-packs, even though I don't like the 2-packs or the characters particularly. Using BAF bodies in 2-packs that don't cost more, like this is a $58 2-pack, which is still too much for Marvel Legends, but they're not charging you the $45 or whatever they charge for BAF figures. So I think that's a good thing. They're using these bodies in a way that saves them money, but we also get a bigger figure like we used to get at a regular figure price, so I do like that. Now this guy, he still looks like a toy completely, not like a collectible. He's so bubbly and shiny. But if you get past that, because it's a Marvel Legends figure, there is some paint on him. He does have his veins painted, which helps a little bit, I guess. He's still very shiny. You could argue he's supposed to be, except for the fact that they didn't make his head shiny. And I have to say, this is one of their best head sculpts. It's a really, 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 really good head sculpt. And the way they did the paint on there, nailed it. I love it. That shading around the eyes is beautiful. The eyes are well placed. The lips have just enough color to make them look like lips. That head sculpt is phenomenal. They did put this hair on it, which I don't mean the design because obviously it's a goofy weird mullet thing, but the way they did the paint on this hair is just offensive because Hasbro is a trash tier company in so many ways. It's got this wash on it, which is fine. If you want it to have the wash, that's fine, but it stops halfway. It would have cost them too much to use that same wash while they're already holding the figure and just put it on the rest of the figure, like on the rest of the hair. How much money is that saving? Seriously, obviously they'll never say. They don't ever talk about that kind of stuff because they would probably lose all of their customer base if anybody heard how much money they were making on these things. It's a wash. How much time would it have taken? You're already holding it. Like literally a couple seconds, and I get it. So they're doing 10,000 of them. So what? You already have it. Maybe not even a couple seconds because it's just one longer stroke. It's nuts to me that they do stuff like this and get away with it. And by get away with it, I mean people defend it and justify it. It's just like not painting Hulk's pants on the maximum release. It's super offensive. Now, the rest of the figure is done pretty well. This is painted cleanly enough. This is okay. They did add a wash onto his gauntlets here and here and here. I don't know if it's technically a wash, but there's extra color. And it looks nice, other than the rest of the figure looking like a plastic turd. The shoes have a little color, so there's definitely, this is just schmutz. There's definitely some stuff going on here that's actually pretty solid. It's just a shame that the rest of it looks the way it does. It's really unfortunate, but boy do I love that head sculpt and that paint up for the eyes. I could see a lot of people using this head for a custom for a lot of people because it's a really, really nice head sculpt, and being bald, other than this part in the back, you could probably use it for a lot of stuff. It's a little big, of course, but so aesthetically speaking, let's say this is he gets like a 5, other than the head's okay, and he gets like a 6. I'll go 6. I'll give it a 6 out of 10 for the aesthetic. They still look like plastic crap. They could look a lot better if the plastic wasn't shining, if there was some paint on them, because it is still a ton of reuse. So even though there's some shining moments here, Hasbro needs to step up their game if they want to earn some more money, or at least earn a recommendation from me. Okay, so as far as accessories go, they really stepped up their game here, and they gave us 2 sets of hands for each guy. We got some fist hands, some alternate fist hands. 0 out of 10 for accessories, taking away some spite points for this amount of reuse and that amount of accessories. Now, as far as articulation goes, I'll do it quickly because we've seen these before. He's a Sunfire body, except for this, which means he doesn't have any butterfly joints, and these are going to get in the way of posability. That's it. Everything else is standard. I don't really need to go over it anymore. It is the same lanky, gangly body we've seen before. And this is, maybe it's enough for me to go over it. I don't know, it's like using a bunch of different parts and some new parts. So I'll do it real quick. The head is on your disc hinge, but I cannot get that hinge to move. For the life of me, it won't move at all. So for me, this is what he has. It just wiggles around a little bit. The hair is obviously very hard PVC, so that's not going to flex at all. So his head barely moves at all. His shoulders, they move around nicely. No real issues there. That's fine. Bicep swivel is there. Single jointed elbow. I don't remember. I think these are the Apocalypse arms originally. Don't remember having that much range at the bend, but maybe they did. But they have decent range at just over 90. They have pins, so some of you may dissolve if you pick this figure up. I don't know. Some people have that strong aversion to pins. His wrists are okay. His ab crunch goes back. It's not good looking, but it does go back. And then going forward, well, it goes over his belt, but it does go forward. And you could probably technically flex the belt, but you're probably better off just going over it. It's a little weird looking, but it's there. Waist twist is a waist twist. Hips go forward. They're okay. These reds don't match, by the way. I don't know how much that's going to be noticeable for you at home. This is obviously a different plastic than this, or actually it's not. I think this is still, well, yeah, this isn't PVC. They're using hard plastic here. So anyway, that's why it's different, but it may not be noticeable to you depending on your lighting. For the studio lighting, I can see it clearly. I couldn't see it as much in other parts of my house, so your mileage may vary on that. But yeah, he doesn't kick very far forward. They go back a little bit. Out to the side is pretty good, and then you get your thigh swivel, which is fine. Double jointed knee, pinned joints again, guys, so if you're a Marvel Legends collector, you probably aren't allowed to buy this if you're on social media. But they work nicely enough. They're not the best looking, but they work. The shin swivel on this guy is still super crooked. I don't know why they did that. It's actually a good looking lower leg, but they cut that swivel in weird. The ankles do go all the way back. I think these might be the first time we've seen these feet, and they're actually pretty nice feet. They go forward, they go back. They have a decent enough ankle rocker. It's a decent looking foot. It's more superhero shaped than like 90% of the Marvel Legends feet. But yeah, his articulation is just acceptable. So I'll give them both a 7 out of 10 for articulation. And now it's time for the final verdict. Is this a good 2-pack? Well, not really. If you really wanted these two characters, they're perfectly adequate Marvel Legends. They don't stand out in any way other than his head sculpt. Otherwise, they are average at best. It's nice that he's a big figure, so you get that in the 2-pack, and he's not absolutely offensive. So yeah, if you're a Marvel Legends collector and you wanted these guys, you could do a lot worse if there were other options. But there aren't, and it's okay. So for Marvel Legends, I'll go 7 out of 10 for this 2-pack. Even with the inclusion of the big guy for the normal price, they're just not very good figures. They're just spot fillers. They're just good enough to be spot fillers. But I'm curious what you guys think, so let me know in the comment section below, and we will be done there. So thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please do give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. And if you haven't subscribed, you should. I have new videos just about every single day, and thousands already on the channel. So make sure you come back for all of that. And in the meantime, keep collecting.